Hi, this is Anna Imagination. This is going to be different. We're going to call this one Anna's Playground. This one's going to go out to my entire community, to all of you. I, if you don't know me, I have spent most of my life researching sciences that most people haven't even heard of. In fact, they don't know what these sciences are. I found the science on the psychology of education, and inside of that discipline is the science and psychology of reverse engineering new academic disciplines. When you study real education, you find the science for discovering the science of education. So I did that, and I used that science to reverse engineer 7 new sciences. People have never heard of this stuff before because it's that new. It is referred to as psychological physics, power economics, integrated mathematics, quantum logic, and a whole lot of other stuff. One of those is philophysology. We're talking really advanced science. I call it the science on the other side of science. So you've got your math and your physics and your chemistry and your biology. And at the very end of biology is cognitive biology. Okay? Cognitive biology is so new that there's only a little paragraph in Wikipedia. And I do mean a little paragraph, and that's it. I mastered this little bitch. Cognitive biology is my thing. And in philosophy, you have existentialism, metaphysics, and ontology. Not for me. It kept going. So I have existentialism, metaphysics, ontological physics, and then psychological physics, and then quantum logic. And it keeps going. So that's where I live in this realm. It's the science on the other side of science. I sat down with my psychology team and I spent 3 months training my head psychologist on my material. And he was taking notes. They were absorbing a lot. They were transferring it all over. And I watched this data come in and transfer to all these people. Now, in the back of my head, in the area of teaching, education, knowledge, I'm looking at it going, there's only 3 ways you learn: metacognitive awareness, doing, and discussion. They're not doing. They're not doing. They're just metacognitive awareness, discussion, metacognitive awareness. But they're not doing. 3 months of this, 3 months. There was a horrible incident due to a misunderstanding that led to him being put in a precarious situation. And in America, had someone taken our ID card, we would have gone home and problem solved and then come back and resolved it the next day. He didn't do that. He decided to stay in this horrible location in the street overnight until 5 a.m. And apparently, I'm hearing this from a third person party, not from him directly. He was beaten and or mugged. Not sure. Sounds like he was mugged, but he was beaten. And I'm like, he didn't tell me he was being beaten. What the hell's going on? And when I said to him, they took your ID card, and this is before he had his ID card taken away. He decided to stay with the people who took the ID card. I said, you need to go home where you're going to be safe. Well, no, I'm tired and it's cold. So go home. But they took my ID card. Go home. And he wouldn't go home. I finally had to walk him through what to do and how to do it. And I mean, step by step by step. And then I heard nothing from him. This other party person came in, told me that, she found him, he was in this condition, and I'm like, and I don't know this other person very well. So part of me is going, is this a scam? Another part of me is going, what's going on? Another part of me is going, okay, he hasn't contacted me. That's very unlike him. Is he really okay? I also know he's the kind of person who withdraws when things are bad. So I'm going, things may be really bad. In the meantime, this other person, I feel like they're capitalizing on this situation by trying to get money out of me. And I've caught them in like 4 lies and psychological manipulation. So I'm going, yeah, I'm going to talk to either the doctors of the hospital or him. Thank you. That all being said, I'm looking at the whole situation and I'm asking the question, it's been 3 months. He's got all of this metacognitive awareness knowledge. And under the situation, he could not apply any of it. I fucked up. I fucked up. And I'm sitting here going, teach, cheat, teach, cheat. And I can't stop thinking about that. Meanwhile, in the United States, I built a playground. I built these groups. I built games. The reason why I built games is because it uses imagination to recreate a simulator. Do you see where I'm going with this? Now it's time for something completely different. You can use BDSM strategically with Navy SEAL training in a mental simulator to recreate fear with psychological physics, to enact in a psychologically safe place a situation that you need to do training to learn. That's what I'm thinking. BDSM plus Navy SEALs plus psychological physics plus fear reenactment to do training. That's what I'm thinking. Because what we really need is fear training, psychological torture, and storm walking. That's what we need. I've done all three, mastered all three. I, for fun, interview Navy SEALs and captain of Marines about how precisely they do what they're doing and what the situations were. And I compare it to my own life and my own psychological analysis going, yeah, that's the same math I got. All right, yeah, thank you for validating that everything I just said was exactly what I hypothesized, and you just proved my theory. Thank you. So I'm looking at this going, now everyone's fear is different, but fear is the same. As soon as you get the right cocktail, boom, you're in the right situation you need to do what you need to do. And then after this horrible situation, they start begging me for money. And I'm going, did you even take any of my classes? My whole classes revolve around the toxicity of narcissism and asking for someone to save you when you need help. That is, no, you're not need help. You are in Mother Nature's classroom. You don't need to be saved. You are in Mother Nature's classroom. Go do the lesson. And that's it right there is a person is put into, people don't know this. Mother Nature puts you in her own classroom. The sooner you learn this, oh, the sooner your life is going to get so much easier for you. Mother Nature has a classroom. When Mother Nature has called you to class, there's no escape. And that's it right there is Mother Nature has a classroom. And when she puts you in it, you've got one job to learn. And you don't learn, you're going to be there a long time. Oh, no, we're going to do this one right. All of us are there right now. All of us are there right now. Every last one of you. You are in Mother Nature's classroom right now. And if you're not doing the lesson, you're going to sit there. Mother Nature says so. So the people who go, can you get me out? Can you help me? Can you help me out? Oh, no, you're cheating. You're cheating. Mother Nature doesn't allow that shit. When you try and cheat your way out of her classroom, no, we call that a living hell. That is your punishment. Living hell is your punishment for Mother Nature's classroom and you trying to escape it. Okay, yeah, maybe this is definitely going into this podcast is not a conspiracy, but it's true. It's really true. Is Mother Nature has a classroom and you go through a cycle. She's got a cycle because she does everything with math. So there's a pattern. And the pattern is it's class time. And when you hit the class time, oh, you're going to learn. And if you don't learn, living hell is your consequence. Now, cheaters who don't want to learn because they don't like to learn, oh, they try and cheat and then they get punished with consumption. So, yeah. Yeah, once you understand this little thing she's got going, now this is what I figured out in 1995. So let's just say I'm the queen of the darkness and I know my fucking shit. This is called storm walking because I figured out, oh, Mother Nature has a classroom. It's time to learn. Okay. And I fucking learned over and over and over. And then I found the mathematical rhythm and the mathematical pattern of Mother Nature's lessons. And I went, oh, look at that. There's an actual formula for Mother Nature's classes. Interesting. And then I analyzed the fuck out of that science and put it together in a course. So once you understand that you belong to Mother Nature and you are her little bitch, and you're in her classroom, and when you get into her classroom, you're going to be in living hell until you learn how to learn. And if you cheat, you get consumption. It's very simple. We call this karma banking, and you are a member. Absolutely, you are a member. You don't get a choice. Or do you? You figure out if you've got free will or not. I guess you don't. Or maybe you do, which is why you've got consumption. But if you don't know that living hell and consumption are actually two of her punishments for you not obeying, I would say, yeah, you have a lot of free will. Now, here's the thing, she also gives you this amazing reward system. So if you refuse to take her reward system and you trade it out for living hell and consumption, that's your choice too. So a lot of people prefer the living hell and consumption over the reward system she's built. Oh, she's got the best reward system. So once you figure that out, then you get to understand how cheating really leads to consumption. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Cheat and teach are really identical in wording. And I can't stop thinking about it. It's, when you put a mirror between the two words, they're identical. And I'm going, they're mirror images of each other. Teach and cheat. Oh, there's a lot of Greek psychology right in that lovely little word. Ooh, I know what that is. That's called a Greek curse. That's got Greek all over it because there's a mirror there. When the Greeks do their thing, oh, yeah, Greek curses are fun. And I'm starting to find a lot of them, and I'm going, oh, this is interesting. Oh, you beautiful little bastards, you. This is why you need Greek psychology to figure this out. Yeah. So yeah, that's got so there's a mirror. It's called phantasmia inside of the subconscious mind. They found it, and I found it. And we went, oh, look at that. It's called imagination. I, magi, jinn, asha, imagination. So this mirror in your subconscious mind is literally at the apex of all. It is at the point of comprehension. And if you're on the wrong side of the mirror, you're fucked. Now, the one side of the mirror is good. The other side of the mirror is a living hell. You want to make sure you're on the right side. But the only way to make sure you're on the right side is if you're calibrated, but to the right God. If you're not calibrated to the right God, oh, you're fucked. Now, the Greeks know this. The Greeks know how to make sure you're on the right side of the right team, basically. And you basically want to make sure that you're on the right side of the mirror. There were a few people in history who tried to teach this lesson and failed. Carol Lewis, Alice in Wonderland. That whole book is all about this. Like, dudes, you want to make sure you're on the right side of the mirror. And if you're on the wrong side, you're in Wonderland. Guess what? You're in Wonderland. That is what we call living hell. Now, the other person who tried really hard to communicate all this stuff to you, and you guys missed the point, was Arthur C. Clarke's 2001 Space Odyssey. Yeah, like this whole thing. The monolith, that's the point of comprehension. That's the point of comprehension. Yeah, that's what that was about. So once you understand how that all works, and you understand what the mirror is, oh, Don Quixote, Miguel de Cervantes, he tried to tell you to. So I'm looking at all of this going, Okay, so I'm on the right side of the mirror. All right, I'm good. I'm good. And that's when I started to see everything and I went, oh my God, it's amazing. And now I'm looking out at Wonderland instead of being in it going, oh, I'm so glad I'm on the right side of the mirror now. And that's when I started to notice things are different, like the mirror reflections, like the word cheat and teach. And I'm going, that's really interesting. So the Greeks had mastered the science of education, the same one I found, only Well, we lost their, well, we didn't lose it. The Romans burned it. Yeah. So we're going to talk about what the universal clock is. You really need to know what the universal clock is. I'll go ahead and explain what the universal clock is. I'll do that in my next video. I'll talk to you about what the universal clock is. It's so much fun. You'll love it.